Hello my friends, namaste. My name is Carrie. Thank you so much for stopping by. My last video featured a modification of Sun Salutation A done seated in a chair. So for today's video, I'm going to offer you another modification of a traditional Sun Salutation A, this time standing and using the chair for support, or also as an extension of the floor. So we'll be bringing the floor up to you a little more. Is it great? Once again, a great modification. If you have trouble with your balance for whatever reason, you need a little extra support, it's an awesome modification for that. So find yourself a sturdy chair and I will meet you on the mat. Started, place your chair up at the top of your mat. Now make sure that your chair is stable, that it can't move or slide underneath of you. We are going to be using this chair for support in a version of plank. So make sure that your chair is sturdy and stable and isn't going to be moving around underneath of you. Also, place the chair at the top of your mat. The seat of the chair is facing you. And then take a few steps back from your chair to give yourself a little room for a modification of a forward fold. Be cognizant of where your head is in relationship to the seat of the chair, because I can tell you from experience while putting together this sequence, I did more than once, mind you, hit my head on the seat of the chair as I went down for my forward fold. So measure off a little bit, make sure you have enough room to fold forward in front of your chair. And then we'll get started. I am going to go through the modification of the sequence first, nice and slow, and then we'll go through it a few more times, a little bit quicker. So start facing your chair in Tadasana. So your feet are hips width distance apart. Put a slight bend in your knees. Toes are facing forward. Heels are directly behind your toes. Engage your belly muscles so that your tailbone can lengthen down towards your heels, creating a nice long neutral spine. Take your hands to your sides, palms facing forward. Take your shoulders, roll them up to your ears, and then just let them glide down your back, creating space between your shoulders and your ears. And just rock back and forth a little bit, maybe side to side, and get the feeling of having your feet rooted into your mat. Maybe lift your toes up and spread them down one by one. And then just come into your Tadasana. Close your eyes for a second and come to your space, come to your mat. Know that your mat is a sacred space. It is a space without judgment and without expectation. Your mat is a space of love and acceptance. Grant yourself permission to be loving and kind to yourself, knowing that it's okay to modify, change, or even skip any pose that is offered to you today. And know that in doing that, you're being good to your body and listening to it and giving it what it needs in that moment. Let's inhale together through our noses and exhale out through your mouth. And one more time, inhaling through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. And as you're ready, open your eyes. And we'll get started. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, and as you exhale, hinge forward from your hip creases, keeping a nice long flat back, slight bend in your knees. You can stop right here and rest your hands on the seat of your chair for your forward fold, or if you would like, you can continue down to your mat for your forward fold, whichever your body is feeling good with today. Forward fold. Inhale, coming to Ardha Uttanasana, our halfway lift. Resting your palms on the seat of the chair, just come up, keeping that slight bend in your knees to a flat back. Think of your tailbone reaching and lengthening behind you and the top of your head yearning forward. You're looking straight down. Think of making the number 7. Think of making the shape of a number 7 with your body. And also your other option, if you would like, if you're down here with your hands on the mat, you can glide your hands up and press your palms into your shins and also make that number 7 shape. So from our halfway lift, we again fold. Now bringing your hands, wrapping your fingers around the sides of the seat of your chair. So my thumbs are resting on the top of the chair, on the top of the seat of the chair. Step one foot back and then the other foot back into a variation of a plank pose. Now just like a plank that we would be doing on the mat, create that long flat back. Your tailbone is lengthening down towards your heels and allow your heels to press back like they were pressing into a wall behind them. Keeping your elbows close to your sides and broadening through your collarbones and maybe gazing at the top of the back of your chair. Now, you have the option to stay right here, or if you would like, inhale, shifting forward just a little bit, and as you exhale, bending from the elbows for a modification of a chaturanga. And then slight arch in the back, broadening through the collarbones for a cobra variation. And then pressing your hands back, bringing your palms back to the seat of your chair for a variation of downward facing dog. Now let's take a second to set up this downward facing dog. Feet are hips width distance apart and keep a bend in your knees. And let your tailbone lengthen behind you. Resting your palms on the seat of your chair, spiraling your upper arms towards your ears, and letting your ears be in line with your upper arms, feeling a stretch up the back of your legs in our modification of downward facing dog. Take an inhale, step your right foot forward, and then your left foot forward, and come back to your forward fold. Come to your halfway lift, and fold, and rooting to rise, bring your hands and arms down, around, and up, and bringing your hands to prayer at heart center, and then back down to Tadasana. So that was it. So let's go through it a couple more times, a little faster. Standing in Tadasana in front of your chair, feet hips width distance apart, palms shining forward, collarbones nice and broad. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge forward from your hip creases, slight bend in your knees to your forward fold. Inhale, come to your halfway lift, that number 7 shape. Exhale and fold. Wrap your fingers around the seat of your chair. Inhale, taking one leg back and then the other leg back for your modified plank. Inhale here if you would like, shift forward, bending at the elbows, modified chaturanga, elbows grazing the sides of your body, and then slight arch in your body, broadening your collarbones for a modified cobra, and reaching back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath here, in and out. One more time, in and out. Inhale, take your right foot up towards the top of your mat. Your left comes to meet it, and fold. Come to your halfway lift, and fold. And rooting to rise, bring your arms down, around, and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center and to your sides for Tadasana. Let's do it one more time. Reach your arms up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinging forward to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Make that number 7. Slight bend in your knees. Exhale and fold. Inhale, stepping back to your modified plank. Pressing your heels back like they were pressing into a wall. Exhale here. Inhale, shift forward slightly. Bending your elbows, slightly grazing your sides for your modified chaturanga. Slight arch in your back, broadening through your collarbones for your modified cobra. Exhale, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale, step your right foot up and bring your left foot up to meet it and fold. Come to your halfway lift and fold. Rooting to your eyes, bringing your arms down, around and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bringing your hands to prayer at heart center and down to Tadasana. So I hope that this modification is helpful to you. I would really appreciate any feedback you have. Please leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you like this video, give me a like and maybe a follow. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. I wish you love and blessings. Namaste.